Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but we did fairly well on the IndieGoGo last weekend.
Yeah, that's what I saw. It's exciting, man. We've gotten our minimum amount.
Oh yeah, that was something to wake up to when I
Yeah.
went to take when I took a nap after live streaming for like 18 hours or something like that, and I took a nap at like 1 or 2 in the morning my time just to put up a couple of public domain movies. And when I looked at the screen and it said we were sitting at 48,000, I had to like adjust my eyes a little bit because I thought at first like, oh, it's four and a zero, and I'm gonna be live streaming for another 36 hours until it's um rubbed my eyes and saw it was 48 and was like, oh, well, that's great. How long did I sleep? Did I fucking oversleep? That's perfectly logical because I was doing this for several hours. And then I was like, okay, well, I only have like 1,200 left to raise. And I still thought that, like, man, watch it still take me like 12 more hours to raise just like 1,200 on here.
But
But
no,
no,
no.
once they saw in the stream that there was only about 1,200 left to raise, a lot more people started. They did start contributing. If anything, just so I could go to sleep. I think
Right.
the last guy was like, "Yeah, here's like a couple of hundred to put it over, and then yeah, you can just go ahead and go to bed." So we hit the minimum with
Yes.
about 6 or 7 days left. From this point on, from me and you recording this, and then when I post it, there's about 4 or 5 days left on the campaign. I want to say it ends on Monday.
Right.
It ends on Monday. I'm going to be live streaming again on Saturday to take more calls and donations as well. So basically, what does that mean as far as the budget goes, given that we hit the minimum? And I think as of recording this, it's sitting at about 53,000.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen right now. It's at 53,000, and that's great. I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, the reason we put 50,000 as our minimum is because that is the minimum. I mean, can we make the movie for that amount of money?
Yeah.
The answer is yes, with a but. It's
Hmm.
yes, we can make it, but we're compromising pretty hard on some of the cooler things that we want to be able to do. This movie, we've got some interesting sequences and some things that are pretty fun, and that we can put our characters through some pretty fun, cool things. But does it requires a little bit more logistics, a little bit more cost, a little bit more time. I mean, because really, when you're really thinking about what we're making with our kind of movie,
Yeah.
that money is really going towards time, because
Yeah.
we're not really buying anything with it. We're not buying, like, cars, or we're not buying equipment. We're renting
Yeah.
equipment, we're renting cars. That money is very, very minimal. We're not like building a building that we're going to blow up or something. I mean, we're not doing big purchases with it. That money is really going towards time with our crew, with our
Yeah.
with our professional crew. Like that's where again, as I stated before, that's where the money goes. Is it goes towards hiring a DP, hiring a gaffer, hiring our location sound recordist and our mixer, and getting the rest of our production crew, and having a stunt coordinator. I mean, if we're going to do cool stuff, we need to do stunts, and that means a stunt coordinator to make sure everybody's safe. I mean, those things cost money, and that's where this money goes. This money goes towards paying those professionals to come out and to make the movie look really, really cool. With the budget we have now, with 53, we're really not going to be able to do a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of more of our usual kind of jokes and things that we do, which are fine, which are certainly fun. But to do the movie way we planned it, to do the movie what we want to do, we've got more things that we need those people. We won't do stunts if we can't have a stunt coordinator. So that means that some sequences that have more action in it, we're going to have to dial down the action quite a bit to make sure that there are no really, really stunts at that point. There's just certain things that happen that basically becomes a chase scene, people running in a hallway type of thing. Instead of doing kind of some of the stuff that we wanted to do, like or a car chase. We have some things. A lot's happening with cars in this movie because it's a road movie, and we have some things that we want to do with cars. Again, trying not to really give anything away here for the movie, but there's stuff we want to do. And most importantly, the stretch goal, we have it listed on here because we want to get a name actor to be in the movie, and that is still absolutely true. We have names in mind. We have not reached out to them specifically yet, just because we don't have any money. There's no point in reaching out to them if we have no money.
Right.
But we have people in mind, and those people are people that I have connections to, Brad. You have connections to. There's people that like us, that like the site, that are fans of us, and just people that we know are cool people and would be really, really great for these movies. Uh,
Hmm.
we want to be able to reach out to them, and we want to be able to afford to bring them in. And by doing that, by bringing in these named people, we can expand the audience quite a bit. And we make these movies for the fans. We want this to be something that you guys are excited about, but we also want to make it something that's approachable to a broader fan base as well. To bring new
Yeah.
people into the fold, to bring in others that will enjoy it. And of course, if you can flag down your friends and say, sit down, you got to watch this movie. We hope they really like it, and we hope that they enjoy it. But a great way to get people's attention is to have a named star in it. And so that's the idea. So
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like it sort of goes along with the fact that the script for it right now exists in its drafts. It doesn't exist in its final draft yet because again, we don't know what we're working with yet. We don't know if we're working with a $53,000 budget or a $75,000 budget. And
right.
it goes unfortunately, you made me cut out the exploding building scene.
Well, yeah,
I'm telling you, dude,
with
it all
dinosaurs and
hinges on the cinema snob reviewing an abandoned building and then blowing it up.
in the middle of downtown Manhattan.
Exactly.
So,
Come on, dude. You've worked with Dean Devlin.
oh, sure, yeah.
Um, so, it also, the reason why we did hit it at a goal for $50,000 when we started the campaign, and even in the description, we talked about, the stretch goal and everything. From the very beginning of the campaign, the reason why we did set it at 50,000, because it's like you said, $50,000 was like the minimum to where the movie could be made, but with compromises, like you said, and then below that, the movie, even with compromises, the movie wouldn't have been able to get made at all. There would have had to have been too many compromises. It would just have been a product that too much would have had to have been sacrificed for it to
Right.
be a product that we'd want to put out there. So at $50,000, certainly like we could, but with just a lot of compromises going along with it. $75,000 is what we need to do everything that we want to do with the movie. And again, setting it at 50 was a price that we knew we could do, and we
Right.
knew, and
Right.
we had a feeling we could make a successful campaign out of it, just based solely on that's what we asked for Jesus Bro. That's what Jesus Bro brought in. Jesus Bro brought in about 55, but the asking price was $50,000 for it. So given this campaign, what we're asking for, what the stretch goal is, it really helps given the fact that we could base a lot of that on our previous experience working on Jesus Bro.
Right. And something I once heard is, and I think helps apply to what we're doing, is that we're set. We're moving forward. It's happening. We're going to make this movie.
Yeah.
Uh, but what movie making is it's problem solving. Is
Mm,
basically what it is.
yeah.
Is money solves problems on its own. You,
Hmm.
you hire things, you build things, you buy things. If you have less money, that means you have to now come up with more creative solutions to solve those problems. So,
Yeah.
we have creative ways to solve these problems and creative solutions to get around what we want to do and how we're going to do it. At the budget as it is, now sitting at an Indiegogo, we'll do it. We'll come up with creative ways. The thing is as I said, it's a lot easier on the production if we have the money to actually be able to hire somebody
Hmm.
who knows what they're doing. So that is the pitch. That is why we're still going strong, and we're still out there trying to get the word out to get this thing up towards that stretch goal, because we've got ambitious things we want to do, and I think that's what That's what you guys demand. That's what you want. I mean,
Mhm.
you want to see cooler, bigger things. You always want bigger and badder, and that's what we want too. Is we want to show you, as we've grown this little company of ours,
Mhm.
so much over these past 10 years. We want to show you what we're able to do now, thanks to your support and thanks to your just being our fans, and we love you and we love that you love what we do. We want to show you the cool stuff we can do. So that's why thank you so much to those of you who have supported us. And if you're still thinking about supporting us, now's the time. I mean, the movie's gonna get made. We're making this movie. You're gonna
Oh
see it.
yeah.
So why not get out there and give for like what is it, $25? For a minimum of $25, you're going to get a digital copy of the movie, digital copy of Jesus Bro, the Cinema
Yeah.
Snob movie, Disco, on-set Snapchat, and with special thanks, DVD credit. I mean, that's only $25. That's usually what the price of one of our movies is, but just about if you buy it on DVD after it's been released. Now you can if you support us now, not only are you helping us make the movie, but you're getting a bunch of stuff in return. So that's a $25 investment. That's nothing.
Or hell, even at the 75 level, which includes the two like uncut snob DVDs, the unerotic fantasies and nudies, rudies, and crudies, that everything on there comes with what's underneath it. So at the $75 with those two DVDs, you also get the DVDs underneath it, the digital downloads underneath it, the pre-order on the upcoming Snob Nazi Exploitation DVD. So that's significantly less than you would be paying if you were to pay for all of those individually.
Yeah, right. It's a lot of value. I mean, that's the thing is, it's always, yes, you're helping us out, and out of the goodness of your heart is one thing, but at the same time, it's what's in it for you, and
Hmm.
and we get that. That's why we built these things on here. I mean, that's a heck of a lot of value. So if you're still on the fence about if you want to support us, if you're still thinking, what's the value on there, or if you're thinking, I want to support, but it's kind of expensive, think of it as an investment in getting all of that stuff. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. I mean, if you like us enough to be listening to a podcast of us talking about making the movie, if you like us that much,
Hmm.
if you're that interested in what we do, then there's a lot of value in some of these perks that we have here, and we're excited to give them to you.
In the
And there's
movie, oh, sorry, go
no, no,
ahead.
I was sorry.
No, the movie in and of itself too is going to be a good comparative feature to see where we are now in making this Cinema Snob movie and where we were in 2012 when we made that Cinema Snob movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's gonna be quite a change.
Oh yeah, and hopefully that change isn't just like if my weight keeps on freaking fluctuating throughout the majority of the movie like it did on the first one. Oh my God.
Yeah, because the first one, I mean, we were shooting no budget, and we were just picking it up while we could. I was working full time, I think, with the state of Illinois at the time. So yeah, it was just like we had no real like shooting schedule.
No,
I just
we
had
did.
my HVX 200, a couple of lights, and then we just kind of picked up on people's schedules when they were free.
And I think we did keep it. How long did the first one take to make? Was it like 3 months, 2 or 3 months?
It was like 2-3 months, yeah, for us to shoot it.
Yeah, and so I mean, we were consistently shooting, and that we were at least shooting a couple of times a week. There was the 2 weeks we had off in between when Jillian and I went up to Chicago to be in to Boldly Flee.
Oh,
So there
that's
was a
right. Yeah.
couple weeks between there, and then coming back and shooting the rest. So yeah, over like about a three month period of time. Whereas Jesus, bro, what was it? Eight
It was
days?
8 days, and I mean that's about 8 to 9 days is what we're going to shoot here, which is how you're supposed to do
Oh yeah.
it. So
No, yeah, exactly. When we're getting into like 3-4 month territory, that's when we're talking about something that's like really micro budgeted and something I'm probably directing, like Disco.
right.
Oh, the problem solving on Disco was fantastic. It was where's that noise coming from? Oh, okay. Let's unplug that refrigerator.
And that's you deal with that all everywhere. Everybody's So, I mean, you do. I'm not. It's you always got a refrigerator, some crazy thing like that. But no, so that's yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, I'm super excited. I just talked to some people who were on the crew last time who are interested in coming back because they saw that we're how great the campaign's doing, and
Hmm.
they're excited. So I mean, we've got a lot of good people who want to come back and work on this to give the same level
Good.
of quality, and it's gonna be great. I mean, it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. It's another movie about the cinema snob, and we're gonna be talking about spoofing and making some tributes to some great movies, and yeah, I'm excited. So that's why again, if you've already contributed, thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping get the word out. Keep it up. We're gonna keep going strong all the way to the finish. And once again, if you're still on the fence, we've got some great things here for you. Not only are you supporting indie films, supporting us, but you're getting some cool stuff in return. So, you know,
Oh yeah.
give it give it a look, and yeah,
And stay tuned this Saturday, starting at 10 a.m., where we'll be doing a final live stream, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Another 12-hour one. That'll be this Saturday, yeah, 10 a.m. Central Time to 10 p.m. Where if you donate over 50, you get your message, promotion, question read on the air. If you donate $100 or more, we actually call you into the stream so you could talk to us a little bit. So yeah, another one of those will be coming up on Saturday.
fantastic. All right, man. Well, thanks for calling. Great job last week with the live stream. I'm hoping you got a
Thank you.
chance to sleep a little
I
bit.
did.
So,
I've been asleep ever since then, actually.
well, then I'm sorry I woke you. So
No problem. I'm gonna go back to bed.